Hi guys. Okay, so we're back for the last section on this lesson. 4 more questions on here and a few more questions in Canvas, and you can do the homework and be all done with it. Done. So here we go. I don't know how many times I'm going to say this in this logarithmic section. I just don't. I'm just going to tell you this. If you cannot solve it as a logarithm, switch it to exponential. If you cannot solve it as an exponential, you switch it to a logarithm. Okay, that's why I can switch it back and forth. That's why we practice rewriting as a log and an exponential. If you can't solve it as one, you switch it to the other. So log base 2 of x equals -3. I have no clue how to do that one, but I know that I can switch it to a exponential and see if maybe I can solve it that way. So if I say 2 to this power, 2 to the -3 equals x. Well, do I know what 2 to the -3 is? Well, sure I do. Well, I hope I do. 2 to the -3, it's a negative, so that means that it's going to be a fraction, right? So I'm going to have 1 over, and 2 to the 3rd power is 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. So this is 1/8. X equals 1/8. Done. Okay? So we're going to do the same thing again. The next one. Okay? Can't solve it as a logarithm. I'm going to switch it to an exponential. So this says x to the 2nd power equals 16. Beautiful. Okay? All right. So how do I solve for x? I square root it. Great. So x is going to equal, so we're going to talk about this. It's usually plus or minus 4. So by definition, our logarithm cannot have a negative. I can't have a negative base on a logarithm. Okay? So cannot have a negative base on a logarithm. It's just definition. So that means it can't be the negative answer. So that means that x has to only equal positive. I can only have positive bases. So if it's x squared and I'm looking for the base, it's only going to be the positive 4. So x just equals 4. Done. Okay? That's it. Easy peasy. Okay. Next. All right. Can't solve it as a logarithm. I'm going to switch it to a exponential. Right. So 10 to the x power equals 1,000. Well, let's see if we can figure that. 10 times 10 is 100, times 10 is 1,000, so that means x equals 3. Okay? And then last but not least, you guys, says 4 to what power? So 4 to what power equals 1? So 4 to what power equals 1? Well, x is going to equal 0. Remember we talked about anything to what power equals 1? Well, that's 0. Okay, so we're done with this. You have a few more problems to do in Canvas. Well, in the Nearpod, so sorry, and then you'll have a Delta Math assignment. Please make sure if you have any questions, be specific. You know, I can't say that word. Specific in the discussion in Canvas, and we'll get back to your questions as soon as possible and get this answered for you. I will talk to you soon. Have a great week.